from Code Review IO. This is part 2 from the React query tutorial. If you haven't seen the first part, please check out the first part about the queries, and this is gonna be about the mutations. So unlike queries, mutations are typically used to create, update, delete data or perform server-side effects. For this purpose, React query exports UseMutation hook. Mostly is that the same what have been used as use query. The only thing is that we need here to export couple extra callbacks that we need to handle. Otherwise, most of the data that will be extracted, it will be the same. So let's get started. Find the last version of the code that I have updated code to have the folder structure, to have also the server. So we build a server inside the app to update the data, update the photo, and also use the mutation, because apparently that the pixel doesn't have this ability. So if I go a bit for this server, so we bring the express body parser. We have a response JSON that I already mocked from the actual response, and then we do a couple endpoints that we expose endpoint, like the API photos that will just return all the photos. Here the authorization will do actually nothing. I'm just checking if it should not be empty, but doesn't matter what can be sent. And then we will have the getter also for API with the specific photo ID, and also for the post with a specific photo ID, but this one will handle the request and the body that we have sent, and update the photo and return back the photo that we need. But you need to watch out, because I only took part of the as I liked, only one property that to be updated. The rest will be ignored. And in case if you want to run this, you just need to we have already command called yarn server. So we create a file called mutations, or you can call it whatever you want. Then we bring the imports, and here we bring the UseMutation from React query, and also the iPhoto from photo model and the API base. And here we export a function, a hook called useUpdatePhoto, and then here we say const, we bring the error and the data from the UseMutation. The UseMutation take the first parameter, it will be the callback, and that's the callback that will be exported, which means that if you use the mutate that has been extended, that can be used as like mutate and then send the photo param, and the photo param we can do whatever we want inside here. So when we get the photo param, we will do the fetch to this API call, we send the ID, and then we set the method as a post. Also the headers here to make sure that the API will not block us from any course. And here we say the authorization is barrier here for my API, and then we say body is we stringify the photo. Now when we get the response, we will also do double check to see if the response is okay. Otherwise we throw an error, and then because the fetch will not do this for us, so we have to do it by ourselves. Here we otherwise we will do the JSON as a response, and in the end we will return the photo as the data that comes from the extracted from the UseMutation, the error and the reset function, and the mutate. So mutate, actually it will be the update photo, which is the function that we have as a callback. Reset is used to reset the error. So in case of if we have an error and we want to reset it, so it will be by calling this function. So I think that's it for the mutation. We can go to our component and check how we can implement this one to handle this hook. In the photo component, you see that I have a couple updates here. One is that first of all we have the heart here, and that indicates if the user is already has this as favorite or not. And then what we are going to do first, bring the use update photo imported from the top, and then we extract the update photo, the photo itself, the reset, and the error. For what I have done in the beginning is that I moved the navigation to set options as the background, as we talked already in the first part, and I moved it to the use layout effect. This will make sure that we will not have any performance issues. And also I have also set the photo params to be inside let's say the selector state. So this state is inner state, and it will be set whenever we have the selected photo from the route params. The other thing is that I brought a snack bar to check if there is an error, so it will show a snack bar here in the bottom. And then what I have done is that next to the we see that this one, the heart, this heart will it's also touchable, so or pressable. So in case if the heart will be touched or pressed, then we can call the update photo by selecting the photo, and in this case I am only updating the liked a like property, and this for me it's the only thing that I need to test this out. So I'm sending liked as a true whenever it's false, and you can see and we will see how the response will be so fast. And then we will check the photo, and then we say if the photo is liked, whatever the photo will be returned from this response. Then we check if this the red heart or the white heart. So whenever I click here, I get the response so fast that will change the state to make this one to red. Back to the mutation files, there are a couple points that I need to mention here. First of all, that you can send in options to use a mutation as a second parameter, and that will be an object. So you can send in options like this, and then you will have couple parameters also, or properties that you can extract them, and there are mostly callbacks that you need to do. First of all is that when you say on mutate, and that on mutate will runs before the mutation. So whatever you want to do here, it will be helpful that if you, for example, if you can say the mutate is started or something like this, so this will run before the mutation will have the execution. So what I would suggest is that you go normally whenever you want to do something. For me, I will just say mutation started. So this is the point. If this callback, that if you want to do mutation before the call will be executed, and by this will take the param, which is the one that we have sent. So the mutate will be as a photo here, and you can say like this. I don't know, photo ID. That will be enough to tell that the mutation started with this photo ID. The second one will be on error, and at indicate this will have the error. So whenever there is an error, that you can handle it here before you sending it to the data to be handled in the return of this hook. The other one, it will be on success, and this one will be also the data that we need. So the data which has been the same as this data, and you can do convert, you can do call, you can do whatever you want here. Then it will indicate that the data is already here. But you have also the latest one is unsettled, and that's unsettled is after callbacks, all the let's say the API response and the data will be done, then this one will be called. Now back to the on success, we have couple points here to talk. One of them, that's to invalidate another query. So here we can say something to invalidate another query, and that's what you can do is bring the client, and then you say for example client.invalidate, and then you send the query to invalidate another queries, and that's one of the things that you can do. Also, you can set a query data. So whenever you have the data and you want to call another data, what we can say like client set the query, and then you say normally when we set a query, as we talked in the first part, we can call the key, and then here we can say, like, for example, dot data id, because I know the data it will be the photo, and then we can set whatever we want here as a data. So it depends on the query that you want to run. So here you can run the query specifically for will be related to this data, and instead of doing it 2 times in the UI, you can do it here exactly.